Uh-oh. Alright, let's go. Come on, game number 2. Let's do it. Let's BBS him this time, Mong. BBS him. This is what we need, because I need to go to bed. Alright, just BBS him. Let's go. Let's do it. Electric circuit. BBS. Look, if you BBS him and he doesn't pay attention, his drones will go the wrong way and get stuck in the back. It'll be fine, Mong, I promise you. It happened to Eon Zerg. It'll totally happen to Killer. Alright, here we go. At the top right position as the yellow Zerg, we do have Killer, who is on the verge of elimination. I'm sorry, I keep laughing about this, but this is just so ridiculous. It just doesn't make any sense. Oh, man. Oh, God. Alright. What is Mong gonna do? So, doesn't look like any racks this time. In fact, I think you can make a link type wall on electric circuit. Actually, wait, no, I take it back. Can you do that? No, I think you can. Which means that doing like an 8 racks into walling yourself off if it doesn't work could potentially be a legit strategy. But it does not look like he's doing it this time. What would be quite funny is if Killer got really mad about last game and just like 9 pull speeded him. But it doesn't look like he's doing that either. So, hopefully for any Mong fans, this doesn't end up like their first series where Mong takes the first game in a kind of funny fashion and then loses the next 2 in long macro games. I don't know. I mean, to be completely honest, you know, all jokes aside, if Mong's not that confident against Killer, I think it's perfectly legit to try some kind of cheesy games for the next 2 games. I mean, he's already up 1 game, right? So he just has to win 1 of the next 2 with some kind of cheese, and he'll be through, and Killer will be out. And I believe the TL preview article said, "Oh my God, he's doing the reverse cheese! He's doing the 14cc, the economic cheese." Oh my God, Mong has gone crazy, and Killer's responding with 3 hatch before pool. Killer is responding with 3 hatch, no pool, which is going to be awesome because Mong didn't even build the command center at the natural. He built it in his main. Oh man, this is... See, this is the mind gaming in a series, man. 8 racks bunker rush into 14cc. So sick. So sick. Oh no. Oh. SCB! Look at this. The pool's just now started. And is the drone gonna die? It's not gonna die. It is gonna die. Nope. Oh man. What would be really funny is if Mong just like completely mind gamed it, knew that Killer would respond to this by going 3 edge no pool and go like 3 CC off 1 racks. You know, just build that 3rd CC at the back of his base. That would have been truly baller. It would also probably have been bad, but you know, it would have been really funny. Anyway, it's like the pool's done. SCVCs was going on. He knows it was 3 edge before pool. Obviously nothing he can do about it considering he went CC first. And I think this is good for Zerg, right? Especially because the command center was in the main. I mean, this is really not a very common situation at all, so to be honest, I'm not 100% sure what the deal is here. But I feel like this should be decent for Zerg. I don't know. Or maybe that's an SC2. Apparently this happens in SC2 decently enough. Or maybe that was a while ago. I don't know. I remember watching some game where somebody said it was, you know, reasonable. What was I watching? What was I watching? I don't know. It's probably just some random Idra stream. Anywho, Scouting SC is going to keep chilling here. Only 2 Zerglings out. 4 Killer. Gonna make as many drones as possible. If Mong wants to play the eco game, Killer is totally up for playing the eco game because he won the 2 eco games that they played in that series. And otherwise, I assume he's just going to go for 3H Muta though. You know, even though the openings were pretty crazy, the mid games tend to converge rather is the word I'm looking for. On similar things, and it looks like this little attack is going to get spotted by a Zergling here. Cute little timing with a Firebat and a Medic. 3 Sunkens will be absolutely adequate. I think 2 Sunkens would probably have been enough, but not with that second Medic and Firebat. So now that he's got 3 Sunkens, he will be A-okay until his Spire gets up. I might just make a couple of Zerglings just in case. Really don't expect anything of this attack from Mong though. It looks like he's going for it. Oh, he's going for the run by! Oh my god, is he going to get in? No, he's not. Nice try. He roasted 4 drones though. That was pretty good. I was wondering if he was going to go for the run by actually, because he pulled the second Firebat and Medic back, but didn't pull the main force back. But, I mean, that was... It was interesting. It was interesting. If he'd actually gotten in, he could have just ended the game straight away. But as it is, he's wasted his first small group of Marines, which is pretty costly here. The initial groups of units in almost all matchups and builds are very, very crucial. You know, the first Corsair that comes out in PvZ, the first Siege tank in TVP, and the first group of Marines in TvZ. They're all very, very important. Proportionally more so than just, you know, that number of units. It's the fact that they're the first bunch of units, which really makes a difference. Anyway, Killer looks like getting ready to take the third gas base at the top left, at the main there. Gonna be a little bit more tricky to defend than on some other maps like Fighting Spirit. You can't just defend it with 2 lurkers. Similar to Mist actually, where Killer went for 2 Hatch Muta instead and defended it by really putting pressure on the Terran. I mean, I don't think he's going to be able to do that as well here on Electric Circuits, so it'll be interesting to see how he actually defends that top left. Fortunately for him, since it will be essentially a cross-spawn distance for the Terran to attack that base, it'll take quite a while, and it'll just give him more time to actually defend and deter the Terran. In the meantime, it looks like the Mutas are coming over here. Got some turrets to help defend. Note again that Electric Circuit, not the friendliest map for Muta harass here. The minerals are pretty nice and well protected. It's only the gas that's really exposed. Looks like some Marines coming down here to help defend this. A couple of turrets getting picked off. 1 Muta falling as well. And it doesn't look like Killer's going to be able to do too much more. But that's okay. It looks like he's already got his hydrogen done. Almost certainly already researching lurker aspect. And these Mutas are just designed to be a little bit of a thorn in the Terran side. Doesn't need to really do too much with them, go too crazy. So getting a bit unlucky there, not quite killing the SCV. But the Marine Force is now moving out here. I didn't actually quite see if they had +1 yet. They should have it soon, if not already. And if those Marines go for the top left, that's going to be almost impossible to defend, I think. But it looks like they're heading towards the natural here. Does he have +1? Come on, please click the Marine. I missed it. Please click the Marine. Click the Marine. Okay, click the Marine. He doesn't have +1. It looks like emergency Sunkens are on the way. I'm not sure if 5 Sunkens is going to be enough, actually. That is a lot of Marines. That is a lot of Marines. Looks like 2 Marines heading towards the top left. The Mutas are going for a counterattack. Is that really wise? I think you could get busted here without the Mutas to help defend. I mean, I can sort of understand the counterattack because he knows the Marines are away from home, but this is really, really risky here. If he gets busted, the game's going to be over, and this Muta counterattack is going to force a bust here. The Hydras are there. They're not making lurkers, and here's the break. Is he going to be able to break? And the Mutas are coming back, but they're going to be too slow. The Sunkens are falling here. Killer! Is he going to get eliminated by Mong? He's moving out with the lanes. No, it's going to be enough. Oh, it's going to be enough. Killer holds. Killer holds, and Mong loses once again his entire Medic Marine Force. Oh my god. Oh man, Killer, why did you do this to me, bro? That could have been disastrous, but once again, Killer's showing that he knows exactly what is going on, exactly how much he needs to defend. And not only does he clean up the Medic Marine group, but he also got in a few shots in the main Terran mineral line as well. And he's got his hive going on. Whew, man. This Killer guy giving me heart attacks. Alright, 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 I'm calm. I'm cool, we're cool. Okay, so it looks like he's pulling back a little bit, I guess, just slightly concerned about attacks on the top left. Just wants to make sure that Nidus Canal gets up, and then he can be sure to defend it. In the meantime, looks like another group of Medic Marine is moving out, but Mong once again has to be careful. It's kind of similar situation to game number 1 where, you know, having lost a couple of initial groups, his army isn't quite as big as it should be for this point in the game, which means it's a little bit more risky to move out. But it looks like we're going to have a backstab here from Killer. The Medic Marine the main Medic Marine army, though, isn't that far out, so he can quite quickly come home to help defend. It looks like the bunker gets taken out straight away. The Lings are in the main. The Mutas, though, get slightly intercepted. A couple of them get sniped off as they retreat. It looks like the Lings just going for the mineral lines, but due to the base layout are getting a little bit stuck, actually, and the backstab does a lot less damage than I thought it would. I feel like I'm just overreacting to everything like crazy. Just being like super drama queen about the game. It's like, oh my god, he's getting busted! And he ends up with 4 Sunkens left, and now it's like, oh my god, the backstab's gonna kill him! And then it, you know, killed like 3 SEVs. Drama queen caster. Please don't call me that. Please don't let that be my nickname. Oh man, anyway. Alright, we got another attack moving out. I do not see any medics for some reason. Maybe they're all in the dropship right now. He just only took medics. He's just going to blind all the drones so they just keep dropping their minerals. Man, they should do that. I don't think, like, because blinding a drone doesn't actually, like, slow down its mining at all, does it? But it really should. Definitely should. Alright, anyway. This drop's moving up here. It doesn't look like Killer's actually spotted it. Oh no! What's going on over here? What is going on over here? Alright, once Ishan gets picked off by Lings, there's a drop in the top left. Sunken's finished though, blocking the ramp. Man, that's really interesting. It's like Killer knew that the drop wouldn't go all the way and unload behind his minerals, that it would actually drop on the high ground, and he would run the Marines down the ramp, and so he built the Sunkens perfectly to block that instead of in the mineral line. Look at this. The Sunkens actually just blocked it. That's really cool. However, these Marines at the ramp are just going to kill every single Zergling here. Oh man, look at that. 7 kill Marine. Baller. And oh, looks like some lurkers are here though, so that's going to take care of that. So, okay, let's see. The Terran's just now taking his back mineral only. Once that's up and running, it'll technically be 4 base versus 3, but 3 gases versus 2. And ooh, dropship getting sniped. This was actually one problem that Mong had in the first series when they played on Circuit Breaker, was actually losing a lot of full dropships. You know, even though one group of you know 7 or 8 Medic Marine is not that expensive, losing those dropships full of them over and over again definitely racks up in the cost. So, you know, you can't be too free with your Medic Marine, even though they are relatively cheap and cost efficient. In the meantime, looks like a few Lings now and Lurkers going for a counterattack on the Terra Natural before the actual main attack has even happened here. Defiler out now as well. It looks like, oh man, the Medic Marine group, are they going to come back here? It looks like a bit of indecision, but Mong is actually turning back. Look at the minimap. He's turning back, but that is going to be so slow to come back. Although it looks like he's close enough that he can... and actually, the Lurkers actually did not go to attack the Natural. They're going to attack the back here, which means that Mong can actually clean them up. And here we go. But no, there's a Dark Swarm, so he's going to have to pull back here. It wasn't quite fast enough on the snipes. He's going to have to do some irradiates as well and wait for the Dark Swarm to wear off. But now Killer's getting the top left Natural as well. Going to go up to 4 gas. I feel like Killer is taking control of this game here. Mong just doesn't quite seem to be able to take down the late game. And nice Plague by Killer, grabbing a lot of the Medic Marine. Seriously though, Mong just does not seem to know what to do against Killer's late game, and you know, fair enough, Killer's late game is absolutely monstrous here in ZVT. You know, the matchup where Zergs traditionally always struggle, and Killer is just showing them what's up here. Now, Mong losing another chunk of units. Killer looks like, again, also on top of his vessel snipes, grabbing another vessel there. Looks like he's getting ready to take the 3 o'clock base, going to clear out some mines with these Zerglings. Should be a little bit careful with these Lurkers. Looks like he's going to try and just clear out these back stacked, what is these, side disruptors? I think they're, yeah, they are side disruptors. So they're 2,000 HP each. There's 10 of them stacked on top of each other, but if you have a splash damage unit like Lurkers, you can kill the stacked things pretty fast. Looks like Killer making a small blunder there, allowing the Scourge to actually hit the floating barracks, but in the grand scheme of things, not a big deal. And now the back door has been opened. Now there is a second entrance into the giant base, but it looks like the Zerglings actually have taken the long way around for whatever reason, and just like running the gauntlet, and somehow one of them actually just sort of makes it into the main base anyway. But a nice barracks block actually at the top there, gonna buy Mong a lot more time to actually stop these Lurkers here. You can see the Lurkers just getting a little bit stuck. They're gonna have to beat down that barracks before they can actually get in here. You might be wondering why all the barracks are floating around. It's because Mong is actually doing a mech switch here. He's gonna start adding factories instead, pumping out the mech units. Unlike in game 3 of the last series he played against Killer, where he or game 2 actually rather, where on Electric Circuit, where he delayed a long time, stayed on Medic Ring for a long time. Looks like he's going towards mech a little bit faster this game, just to see how that works out. Meanwhile, also taking the 6 o'clock base as well as the bottom left main. They're going to try and sneak an expansion over there, hoping that Killer doesn't see it. If he can keep that expansion up and start building some factories there, that would be really, really good for him. Meanwhile, both players actually really kind of spreading out in the middle of the map, as you can see. Mini-map, yellow and red dots all over the place. Both players actually getting some pretty nice, pretty sweet map vision, although Killer missing a very crucial part of the map there at the bottom left place. I'm not even sure if he necessarily knows about the 6 o'clock. I assume he does. I assume his awareness is good enough, but not sure. Anyway, looks like a couple of random vessels moving out. Are they just going to eraser? Are they just doing a suicide eraser? It looks like what they might be doing. But there's like Scourge right there. Oh god, just eraser! Ah, waste. Waste. And they go into the Nidus. Complete waste. At least I guess it costs some mining time. Yeah, go get the ones in the main. Yeah, what is that? I guess it's an irradiated defiler. Alright, here we go. The siege tank's moving out. Really fortunately for Mong, that bottom left command center is still staying alive. If that just finishes construction, even if it gets spotted and isn't able to start mining, it can just lift off and then he can go back there and mine whenever. And that second vessel gets taken down. So it's basically 2 vessels for almost nothing there. Quite a waste for Mong. I don't really understand going out there for that kind of suicide eraser thing. I mean, I don't really see that ever working against a decent Zerg, a competent Zerg. So it just seems like a pretty huge waste of 2 science vessels at a time where Mong really can't afford to be throwing them away, especially with how good Killer is at taking them out. Anyway, looks like a big drop now going into Mong's main base. Oh man, Killer has got 4 or 5 Overlords full. Mong laying some defensive mines. So Killer, of course, though, with the Overlords, will be able to detect the mines. We'll see where they are and try his best to avoid them. And there we go, dropping the Lurkers among the factories now with Dark Swarm. Mong, not too much he can do about them as long as they stay underneath the Dark Swarm. Mong is pushing along the bottom left side to try and establish the main base, but his own main base is under siege here. And what is he going to do about it? His vessel count is not very high. He cannot use a radiate to get rid of these units, and the siege tanks won't do anything to the burrowed Lurkers underneath the swarm here. He's going to be really annoying to deal with those units in his main base. Just a small handful of units in the main is just going to be such a pain in the butt. Meanwhile, the Ultralisks are now out. Here's another big load up by Killer here. We saw how effective that big Ultra Bomb was in the last series on Fighting Spirit. Hopefully we can see something awesome like that again here. And here we go, big drop going in. Actually, it looks like he might just be going for a Doom drop on the main. You know, this initial drop with 4 or 5 Overlords kind of started paving the way. And here we go, a second big drop going in. This one does have Overlords. The engineering bay spots what's going on. And here we go. He's actually going for the back of the base in the minute only. And there's the big drops. Oh man, there could be a huge mine bomb here going off on the SCVs. Mong could be in trouble here. There's the face shot. And here we go. It looks like the spider mine actually just gets taken out by the Ultralisk. And GG from Mong. Doesn't even try to hold here in the back. Realizes he doesn't have enough stuff to hold on all fronts. And once again, the score is tied 1-1. Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be one deciding game, a single game, to see which of these 2 Titanic players is going to fall in the very first round of the SSL here. Either Zero or Mong is not even going to make the round of 16. Believe it or not. And if I was Mong, I would be extremely scared right now because this is deja vu to series number 1. He basically just beat Killer with a cheap shot in game number 1. Killer came back strong here. You know, saw the 14 CZ opening from Mong, reacted perfectly, and then just absolutely stomped Mong in the late game. But the thing is,